Last time on the Empire Initiative, Rain returned with Drift, but it took everything she had, leaving her in dire straits and bald. At the base of a tree, Zevari summoned Liamon's tiny hut to provide a safe place for her recovery. Moved by Rain's sacrifice, Dart left to recover her lost scraps. Talron remains a captive, but, sensing the tension, has kept his distance. The Crusaders were in no mood for his games. When Dart returned, he fed Rain the water blessed by Sylvanas, placed her scraps in her hand, and prayed. This is episode 24, The Waking Dream.
Now, what are you guys doing? Your friend is sleeping. Finally somewhat at peace.
We have this place for 8 hours. I can't leave because then the spell will disperse.
I know we just kind of did a version of this, and to do it again would be a little crazy, but I think we should consider having me go by myself with Talron's sword to seek out his dad for some negotiations.
To be completely fair, Dart, I am scared they will eat you.
I will make it clear to them that if I do not return within a certain time frame, their son will die horribly.
And that's something you feel comfortable doing alone?
Are you guys discussing this where, how you're in a small
Infernal.
are you speaking in Infernal?
I just assume anytime we're speaking in front of the prisoner, we're making an effort to be discreet in that fashion.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know because if you were if
It's
he
a
could
tiny
hear you,
hut.
he would have input. Yeah. So, but yeah, if he could hear you, he would have input. But yeah, so I just assume you guys are kind of speaking quietly in Infernal.
Okay.
And it's just like
So, all the stuff we just said, now in common, Talron.
Talron,
I
come here.
need to go talk to your dad.
Zevari, really quick, make an insight check.
Oh gosh.
And he opens his eyes and kind of like shakes his head as if he's like snapping out of like a trance or like he was spaced out or something. Maybe he was asleep. And he kind of like looks at you and he's like, huh?
I got a 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
Just like you kind of like just as he was opening his eyes just for a moment, you could kind of like, you saw that they were kind of like, his eyelids were kind of moving, like his eyes were kind of scrolling, if that makes sense, like going back and forth, and like it looked like he was like fiddling with something on his hand, and he is wearing rings, but yeah, so he kind of he shifts his attention towards Dart to respond. You want to talk to my dad?
Yeah, I assume he's the person who would most likely want your safe return. And probably would be the most person pleased to hear that you are in fact not dead.
And Zevari, what are you doing?
Taking the rings off of his fingers.
Okay, so yeah, so he doesn't resist. Like he just kind of looks at you and you start taking, and he has like it's a few different rings. Like there's like his rings are stacked on some of his fingers. But yeah, so you'll take them off and honestly, he says to Dart, honestly, the person that would be most happy to hear that I'm alive is my mom. But I'm not, you're correct to assume that, but my father, you can try it.
Let me rephrase that. The person who would be most happy to know you're alive, who also has the power to negotiate.
Well, see, I think, if I may, that might be the issue. My dad, he's a...
Are Orc societies matriarchal?
No. I'm just saying that
He's not far up the order? Is that what you're getting at?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to negotiate. And from what I understand, the level of negotiation that you require,
Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question, if I may.
I'm disposable to a lot of higher-ups. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I mean, I'm a big deal to, like, my people. I mean, of course. And he, like, fixes his coiffed hair. He's like, oh, crap, like, it's on my hair. But, you know...
I don't think
I just
that
don't
you're
know if it'll
important
work.
enough to go to Blood Harvester Vryn about you. And I assume. But I feel like in order for me to meet my goals, what I'm probably going to need is an orc or two who owe me a favor. And I feel like returning what they thought was their dead son alive would make them not indebted per se, but like grateful.
Well, I certainly hope they don't think I'm dead. But yes, no, I think you're correct to assume that. And, you know, maybe it's a fair play. I would also, encourage you to think that, or realize that they are going to want proof that I am alive. And my sword is not going to be proof.
We have scenting stones.
I mean, I could take one of your fingers. Not to, like, threaten or intimidate you or anything. I feel like we've tried to treat you reasonably well.
I'm being treated fairly well, considering I'm a prisoner of war.
I don't think we need to cut off a finger. I can give you one of my sending stones. I can use the one that's on Rain, that's connected. They can hear him talk, know he's alive. And
Yeah, but he might say something that would compromise our, like, leverage.
would you compromise us?
He smiles at Zevari nervously, and he's kind of like, I wouldn't compromise myself, I'll tell you that much.
If only there was some way where we could get them to meet us in a neutral location.
Well, what kind of location would be neutral? We're in our woad. This is Vryn's territory.
It's really dollar ads.
Not for long.
What do you mean by that? We'll talk later.
Hey, Infernal. Kenways.
Yes,
Do we hate him?
I did receive a letter from my husband a few minutes ago. It's not looking great, but I think I can play this around in my favor if you would be willing to play the game with me.
Oh, I was just going to suggest that my people could have the woad if we helped the orcs take Dalrath. And by that, I mean no more Kenways. And I don't know if that's something we want to do.
I don't know if that's something we want to do. And also, we don't know what the orcish people want outside of Vryn. They were nomadic. Maybe that's what they want to go back to doing. We are not sure.
Man, I'm sorry for this reference, but
I mean,
we're in a tight spot.
I mean, if we really wanted, allies in control of Dalrath, I am still technically.
Okay, well, I feel like...
I thought you were divorced. Hasn't gone through yet. Has not gone through.
Okay.
That's why the whole trial, side note, that's why the whole trial thing is going on.
I'm asleep.
Not to get like medieval historical on you, but has the wedding been, or the marriage been, consummated?
Yes.
Because I was like, if it hasn't, then they have like grounds for annulment.
We were married for years. I'll put it that way.
Oh, for some reason I thought you guys were like, you got married, then you got into a cart, and then started riding away from your wedding ceremony, and then you got murdered.
No.
No, it was after having been married for a while. They were just on the road.
3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because she's like 21, 22 now.
Yeah, 3 years would have been one hell of a newlywed dry spell. And that's coming from a frog. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so...
Kenways, I think I can manipulate Duvern. I'll put it that way.
DM, do we know that, like, the sorceress lady was like, hey, that guy's dead? Like, do we know that?
So anything that happened in the scene, the characters do not know. But
Does Drift know?
Drift, no, he doesn't know. Drift doesn't speak Orcish.
Only Dart does.
And so essentially the only thing is that Talaran did tell you that Lokara kind of has it out for him, and that he knows that Lokara wanted his dragon. Because he has a gemstone night drake. And
Fancy stuff.
it's his pet. Yeah, because he's like the captain's son. He got like a special fancy pet, and she's been jealous of it, and he knows that, and that's why he left her behind when he went on this mission with her to the pyramid, because he was worried that she was going to try some shit, and she did. So you do know that, like, Lokara's doing some shit. You do know she's on some like weird shit, but you don't know to what extent.
Yeah, I think that trying to, I know if we start talking to orcs and making deals and stuff, Boulder's going to be mighty upset.
Yeah, speaking of Boulder, how are we going to explain him?
Yeah, that's going to be an awkward one.
We can try to reason with him. I don't know if reasoning is possible.
Yeah, I if I was in his position, I wouldn't.
Maybe we can make it clear this guy isn't our friend, at least.
I just don't see any way we're going to be able to drive all these orcs out of this woad. And the alternative to that is, if we do help my people, it means finding them a new place to live. And we'd be taking away the orcs' food supply, which would definitely not earn us any friends. And right now, this guy is like our singular bargaining chip. And I'm trying to figure out what's like the best result of doing something with him.
When you like say this guy and you point to him, he smiles. He's like,
Sending stone? Alright, Talaran, what's the captain's name? What's your dad captain? Your daptin? What's your daptin's name?
my daptin. Daptin, my daptin. I'm pretty sure I know it, but let me just make sure I'm right. Yes,
I'm gonna send Daru with you.
His name is Calgren. He's Captain Calgren Devore, sorry.
My mind blanked and almost wrote Calvin Klein for some reason.
At least take Drift with you.
I'm sending Daru with you to at least watch out overhead. If something happens to you, at least I'll know.
It's not going to be easy to get to my father.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he's in the city.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be a tough sell.
Okay, here, how about this? You and I go, and I will, like, make, like, you're my prisoner. And I'll, like, get you in close with my dad, and you can, like, talk to him. I mean, you won't have me as, like, your bargaining chip, but, like, you would get in there.
Yeah, but then I'd be neck deep in orc territory with no way out.
I thought you were going to say orc butts.
I thought he was going to say that too.
I would be neck deep in orc butts, for sure.
With no way out.
With no way out.
Cute butt level.
Excuse me? My God. What is it that you people do?
It's
but I mean, you know, I that's my offer. And maybe like you can just let me go home and I'll put in a good word for you. I'm just kidding.
Good word.
I know you won't go for that. Just a little jokey joke.
But
Okay.
if they knew we were a threat, that would be fun too.
Infernal. What if we maybe used Daru perhaps to airdrop his sword with a note attached to it?
I don't know if Dara's strong enough.
Okay.
I think Daru would be strong enough. Swords aren't heavy. His sword's probably only about 3 pounds max.
Okay, I know Daru has like a 1 in strength or something like that. It's very low.
I don't know.
I mean, even Mage Hand can carry, 10 pounds?
Yeah, 5 or
Okay.
10 pounds. So even Mage Hand could carry a sword. So I feel like Daru could carry a sword.
Okay.
I'd be willing to allow it.
Okay.
I mean, I would say that maybe Daru's easy. Maybe
Daru's got a little chunk on it.
maybe when Daru's flying with the sword, their armor class is lower because they're not as dodgy. But
No, it's just funny because the armor class is already low.
yeah. But I mean, it makes sense that because some of the dexterity is lost.
Yeah.
From having to hold the sword.
I imagine him holding the hilt sidey protector part with his little hands, and then it the tail wrapping around the sword part, so it's carrying it together.
To help keep it up.
Oh, that's cute.
It's riding on the sword.
Oh.
Yeah, that's adorable. You could also reduce the sword. It'd be easier to carry for
Drop
Daru.
it and it's giant. Drop a giant sword on the city.
My God.
Oh my god.
What kind of
Gotta
message
find
are you trying to
giants.
send?
Who are you, Tsunade?
So, yeah, while you think it over, Rain, you are in sleepy dreamland. And now that you're when you were having, your fever, or it wasn't even a fever because you're insanely high constitution, but when you were having the side effects, the magical side effects, you were getting kind of flashes of stuff and bits of things that didn't make much sense. But now that you're kind of drifting into a full sleep, your brain is now able to enter a full dream space. And it's definitely one of those dreams that is tiring in and of itself. It kind of just has that vibe. So you are...
I kind of have an idea of what that or sorry, you go if you want to explain it.
Oh,
sorry.
no, go ahead. Yeah. Sure.
No, I feel bad.
What?
Did you have a plan of what the dream space would like?
Not necessarily. I'm kind of just trying to flow. Okay. So yeah, if you've got a place to start us out, what's going on in Rain's head? Because you're processing, you're dreaming.
I feel like Rain is back in that space where the aboleth and her had the conversation
with the pool.
Water on the ground, and it's just that black space. There's nothing, and you just see vast water. There's still floor, but it's just a couple inches of water on the ground.
A flooded sort of.
A flooded little box basically she's in. And there's nothing around but flash. Well, she's looking for the aboleth basically, and is panicked looking for the aboleth. And she turns and looks to try to find someone, and she gets face to face with almost a hologram. A hologram of a memory pops up, and it's because she's like face to face with it. It's
Sort of like a translucent image.
When she looks up, it's the last time she hugged her mom. And then she like fades through it like really quickly. Like it's just like a quick flash of it. And
You've never described.
Oh yeah. Well, Rain's mom is a dwarven woman, darker hair, shorter. It's like my mom does not have a beard, but I feel like there's definitely bearded women in Colin. But
I love bearded dwarf women. It's just fun.
But she is like a medical person. She does like different braces and different things like artificial limbs and stuff for people. But yeah, so she's just middle-aged dwarven woman. Beautiful long hair, long braid past her butt. That's definitely happening.
Nice.
And so yeah, then she just like fades through her.
So like Brain, as you see the face of your mother, do you feel as if you are like conscious that this is your mom, like you recognize her, or is it kind of just like an image? Like
Rain doesn't recognize her, but recognizes the feeling she is having.
And you like kind of you kind of try to like hone in on that feeling. You kind of try to like grab onto that feeling, and that's when it like fades away as it passes through you. Yeah, it's like almost like something you can't grab onto.
Yeah, she's like the moment she's acknowledging that she's having a feeling, it fades away. She can't like hold on to it.
Yeah, and like I feel like when that happens, there's like you feel like a static like in the room you're in, and it immediately like it's like a kind of like a vacuum being created, and you immediately think of the aboleth and when it was in your head. But it just like it's like just for a moment, and it probably sets you on edge. I would imagine. I don't know.
Yeah. Then I will say there's a couple moments where she has this feeling. So the moment she recognizes this feeling like this, she then has like turns, and there's another like hologram of another memory right there, of her saying goodnight to Zevari in the hall at the inn. Then like going in to go see Zaris and leaving Zevari alone.
Yeah, and you see that, and this time the vision of the memory, instead of like following you into that room, it follows Zevari into her room. And it's kind of like what Rain imagined happened was Zevari being like left alone. Oh gosh. So yeah, the camera like follows like what Rain like, because I think, or at least as the narrator, I'm picking up that like Rain is like hurting herself with this memory specifically. And the previous one. And just like for a moment, I feel like because now, like as your dream is getting deeper, you're starting to see a little bit more of it, or you're starting to like develop a little bit more of it. And so you're imagining that like Zevari was alone, just sat on the bed and prayed and cried and it was just crushed, was cold at night and couldn't sleep
and was disappointed in her, was really the like disappointed and sad is the vibe of the feeling. Also just canonically in this, that Zevari heard them.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
And Zevari made it very clear that she heard you.
mm-hmm. And so that is also like part of like that her thinking her imagination of what's happening.
Like picture her like covering her ears like angrily.
Yeah. Or like pacing. There'd be a lot of pacing. Daru just like trying to get her to sit down. Like that's
taking her comfort in Asmodeus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's pushing her deeper into Asmodeus's clutches with this. That's really what she is like feeling.
Okay, so you're watching this room and you're watching Zevari alone. And you see her kind of going through her paces like you had said, and you see her drop, to her knees and start praying. And then that's when you kind of see the room, like it's like you kind of like your vision of this room kind of zooms out a little bit, and it's like this room is suspended in like a void, this void, and within that void like reaches just like a large clawed like red hand of Asmodeus is like clutching this room with Zevari in it, and you can see like his hand is like closing around this room. And how is Reign feeling as she's seeing this?
I feel like that's when it starts vanishing because she's acknowledging her feelings.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Okay. Cool. That's okay.
Perfect.
I'm tracking. So that like as soon as it starts to get intense, immediately starts to fade, and like you're just like pass through it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a wisdom save.
11 plus 7. So 19. No. 18.
Oh, yeah,
I can do some.
You're a monk.
18.
Okay. Thanks. Alrighty. So that and that kind of like it kind of rattles you, kind of like shakes your dream world a little. I feel it kind of like unsettles everything, and so like the water's like ripply.
And I feel like as the things fade, they turn into mist. So it's just adding more and more mist into the room. And it's just like it'll build over time.
More vapor. Yeah. Okay, I see you.
It's
yeah,
like
that's cool.
just along the water on the ground.
Hell yeah, that makes sense. What do you see next?
Reign, then I feel like would shift feelings. Disappointment is what she is somewhat tapping into. So I feel like she would also potentially there's one that's connected. There's like a memory that's connected with disappointment and not feeling worthy. And I feel like as it like dissipates, she then sees Lady Chaewin standing with her back to Reign, looking out a window, and between them is Reign's terrible, pompous teacher, Lady Briley, looking smug, with her hand extended, expecting Reign to hand over scraps.
Do we see their faces?
Yeah, what does Chaewin look like?
Chaewin canonically looks like Zendaya. It's Zendaya, right? Not Zendaya.
Damn.
Zendaya, yeah. But like middle-aged Zendaya.
Double damn.
Need her.
But elven, high elf.
Need her.
High elf, middle-aged Zendaya is Lady Chaewin. Lady Briley is, she says she's half elf, not half elf, high elf. I said Lady Chaewin's high elf, right?
Yes,
not half
yes.
elf. Yeah. She says she's high elf, but she's really half elf. She has like a pretty symmetrical face, but she definitely has a little bit of like a crooked nose that she's self-conscious about.
That's that human.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And she's blonde. She's shorter than the other high elves. And she is a mentor in the conservatory, and that has it out for Rain, basically. And it's this memory of Rain being scolded and forced to turn in scraps because she was not worthy of them, according to Lady Briley. And because Chaewin's not a member of the... she is a member, but she's not, she has no authority in the conservatory.
That, crushing feeling of judgment in the room that, you can't even shield yourself from because it's also coming from within you. As soon as it, starts to hit you and intensify, does it slip away from you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like muscle memory has Rain picking up her hand, and especially since awake Rain had just had the scraps in her hand, she does the motion, and the moment she hits Lady Briley's hand, it dissipates.
So yeah, Rain moves her arm, IRL, the one that has the scraps in it, and then just. So yeah, that's what that's what happens. And then kind of pulls your attention. Yeah. So as that vision fades, you feel for a moment a thread being pulled, if that makes sense, from you, and not in an insidious way, just in the sense of something is influencing your dream, and you get flashes of a scene. And it's just a storm, a massive dark storm, swirling winds, lightning, and you just kind of it's loud, but not menacingly loud, just natural, I guess, if that makes sense. So you get this you're getting this vision of a storm.
And I feel with the water and stuff, I can see the ripples kind of coming towards.
Yeah.
But it's not intense. I just see it.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of emanates a coldness from it. But then we shift to the real world where Zevari and Dart are making a tough decision on what the next steps need to be. And Drift is for the record, boss, I'll back you up on anything. I'd have been dead twice now if it wasn't for the crew.
Okay. Drift, can you turn into a bird?
Yes, but...
You need to rest.
I need to rest.
Yeah. Just curious.
Sorry.
Just curious.
Yeah, but no, I totally can. I just already used all
awesome.
Yeah, I already used all my shapy powers for today.
Okay.
I didn't know that's what they were called.
No, well, I mean,
It's Sharpay.
Zevari hears Rain's voice in her head.
But yeah, no, I spent all my shape energy on being a skunk because I thought you were going to need a trail to find me. I don't know why I thought that.
Well, we've all been there.
I personally usually don't want to be found. But...
it's kind of fun being stinky, though.
I hate to point this out, but no one wants to find a skunk.
I don't know anything about nature.
The skunk wants to find love. I know. It's maybe not.
Say most problematic Looney Tunes character of all.
Wants to find consensual love.
Wants to be loved consensual.
There we go.
That being said, okay. So
Drift takes consent very seriously, just for the record.
Talrin, I'm in kind of a tough spot with you here, bud. Here's the deal.
Hey, we're buddies now, though, right?
You
hey,
are.
bud?
Well, see here, we've already talked about it a little bit, so you know about the situation with the frogs.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you can see that I am, in fact, also a frog.
Yeah, that much has been pretty clear.
I think you're probably smart enough to know, then, that I, as a frog, am not happy about the situation with the frogs.
Oh, yeah, I mean, absolutely. You've made that clear multiple times.
Okay, so I'm not leaving until that situation has been dealt with. And I sort of need you to work with me towards finding a solution there. And what I would like to do is return you safe and sound to your family. But I need to figure out how doing that gets me closer to helping the frogs. Can you think of any reason why giving you back to your family would help me free the frog folk? Because if you can't, I don't know what to do with you.
And if you don't know what to do with me, I'm assuming that means you'd have to...
I mean, that is not what I want to happen.
We don't want to kill you.
I'm just trying to be realistic here.
But it's a genuine possibility.
Never
Plus,
said that we won't.
I am trying to make a solution happen here. I know a guy, he does not want there to be a solution. If he knew I was even talking to you, he'd probably kill us both. So, help me.
Well, don't introduce me to that guy.
Help me
We're
help
trying
you.
really hard not to.
That's what I need. I need you to help me help you.
Okay. All right. Well, as you can imagine, you put me in quite the predicament as well. And if I may, buddy, I think the issue that we're coming up against is that I'm trying to see. As in the DM, I'm trying to think of how Talaran would say this. The issue that we're coming up against is that I'm not important enough just to be straight up tradesies collateral, right? And the thing is that I don't know what would be enough for sure, because as far as like we're talking about like a peaceful resolution, which I would love, frankly, and like you guys seem pretty chill. I mean, you know. Anyway, and he kind of like looks nervously at Zevari when he says that. But yeah, anyway, so the thing is that I don't know what would replace the frogs, because, well,
I mean, what'd you guys eat before frogs?
Yeah, what were things like before Vren?
Yeah, because I don't want to kill you, but I do want to kill him. Which raises another question. Does he have, like, is he unpopular with anybody?
Talaran's like kind of like got his, he's got his hands on his hips, and at this point he stands up, because when he's like nervous, he has to like pace around a little, and he's got his hands on his hips, and his head is hung just a little, and he's kind of like looking away, and you can see that he's like mulling over, like, what is it that I can really say here? And he's like, my guy, to be perfectly transparent, like, I don't know if we come out of the other side of this as enemies, so I can't tell you. It's just that the thing is that Vren has done a lot for us. He has. And so has the Empire. Which we are very grateful for. I
mean, I would point out at this juncture that I have also done a lot for you. Like, I don't know, releasing you from an eternal prison as a card.
Correct. Man, it really sucked in there. I am not gonna lie. It really fucking sucked in there. It was like purple and weird.
Okay, so
There's no way Ren is
Dark.
unilaterally popular. I mean, there have to be people that have left.
either that or you gotta
defect.
tell us how to get to the frogs.
Surely there's dissenters. So,
Would you know of any?
can we slow down just for a moment?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to build to something. If you just allow me to just,
Okay, continue building.
I don't know what's going on with Vren, but see,
I've heard that Ren's changed.
he has, yes. I mean, I just didn't really know him that well personally. But my father has always served his family. But yeah, he has changed a lot over the past few years. He's a lot more secretive than he used to be, like a lot more secretive. And the thing is like, well, see, that's the thing, is I just see if I continue, then it's like I'm kind of like laying my stake. We don't really eat all that much frog.
Insight check. 11.
It's a wash. We don't really eat all that much frog. Something else happens with them. I don't know what, but I'm assuming that that's actually the purpose. He also does something with our people.
The blood marked?
No.
Something else.
No, Vren takes adult men and women monthly, and they go to his tower, and they do not come back. And I don't know what it is, but so if you're asking about dissenters, I guess, well, that thing, the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
It makes you sick if you're a traitor, I guess.
Well, it makes Dart sick.
Well, let's just say it makes me sick too.
How long has it been making you sick for?
Well, I've kind of gotten used to it. But, I mean, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
It just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like, for a long time, his goals were about us, and now they've kind of shifted, especially over like the past couple of years. Like our allyship with the Empire has been very useful to us, but I also feel that more and more Vren is less connected with us and more connected with them. Does that make sense?
Okay, I need to tell you something about the Emperor.
Oh, you know the Emperor?
I mean, we haven't met personally, but
I haven't met him either.
Have
Apparently,
toppled.
it's like really hard to get a meeting with.
I know.
He's an Emperor all the time.
I keep killing his lackeys, and he still won't talk to me. It's terrible. But that being said, one of his lackeys, well, really two of his lackeys, in a certain sense, have been taking people who are never seen again. And we actually, when we were kidnapping one of them, he was like in the midst of, how would you guys describe what was happening in the Star Chamber? Like,
Human experimentations against humanity.
yeah, he was experimenting on like bringing unnatural things through a portal via like sacrifice of sorts. Like some dark magic shit. You know what I'm saying?
Weird experiments.
And like, we found some documents that prove that some of the really fucked up monsters that we have fought were created by an experimentation program that the Emperor, you know, that he put that in place. He made that happen. That's his deal. So like, while the alliance with the Emperor might seem like a good thing, I'm guessing that there's probably some like dirty, underhanded fucked upness, and that's where these other orcs are going missing to, and I'm guessing that's probably what's happening to the frog folk as well.
If I had to bet, it's more fucked up experiments.
It's some fucked up dark magic experimentation stuff, and you guys are just pawns, and you follow Vryn, and he's probably in on it. Power in exchange for sacrifices. That seems to be the whole Emperor deal.
What if Vryn is an experiment? You said he's changed recently. Was that before or after, around the time of dealing with the Emperor?
Sort of after, but well, I mean, it was like gradual.
Well,
if that
of course,
makes sense.
it's
Like
gradual.
just, I don't know. Like he just, like I said, over time has become less and less connected, and now it's like nobody even sees him. He's always up in his tower.
He's isolated,
Sometimes,
mysterious, doing weird shit.
like when the last time he gave a speech, which is something he used to do pretty frequently. He didn't take his helmet off.
And that's unusual for him.
That is unusual for him, yes. Normally he doesn't wear his helmet when he gives a speech.
What if Vryn is an experiment?
All right, so this is going to sound crazy, but it's going to make sense to you.
But
because
you know, I
watched the correct
didn't
stuff
really think
now.
that much of it, honestly. I really didn't. And now that you're saying all this shit, I'm like, wait, fuck, maybe that's what it is. And you know, I'm wondering, you know, when you said the blood skulls, like, I mean, that's Lucara though, but she never did that shit before.
Guys, I think we need to expose Iman, if you know what I'm saying. You feel me?
You want to expose the Emperor?
Well, Blood Harvester Vryn.
Remove the mask.
Yeah, we got to pull that mask off. He is not their friend.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You know, we are having such a great conversation, Talon.
Yeah, I'm a traitor to all of my people.
Or maybe a savior.
That remains to be seen.
You could be a savior. It doesn't have to all be doom and gloom.
Don't sell me a dream. Especially not you, Lady Zevari.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying.
Okay.
Look on the bright
And we
side.
shift back to Rain in her dreamscape. The storm sort of fades. And
The storm fades
yeah.
in the distance.
Yeah, the storm that you're seeing, yeah, the vision of the storm, it sort of fades. It's kind of like when you see the storm, the vision of the storm, it's kind of like it feels like a moment of clarity, even though.
Why are you my clarity?
I love. Anyway, yeah, it kind of feels like a moment of clarity, but like your dream is kind of pulling you away from this, and you now are back into this, like the room has sort of settled and you can feel like your emotions creeping up on you again.
And so I'm looking at the storm fading and I feel my emotions creeping up, and I think it manifests as in a memory of Lilac creeping up on her and trying to scare her because Rain is scared for Lilac a lot of it, and she hasn't acknowledged that yet. So she feels this like sense that Lilac is like creeping up behind her. And when she turns, Lilac looks so embarrassed. And it's her like what she looked like when Rain outed her, basically. And when Rain acknowledges that feeling that she like did that she outed her, it like disappears.
It like hits really hard and fast.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like,
yeah.
Yeah. So the vision of Lilac passes. And you are, you're pulled immediately into like the emotion, like the next motion, like if that makes sense. Like as soon as like Lilac's almost like a jump scare, and then you immediately pivot and it's just right in your face again.
And it's Zevari, blank faced, and she's holding my hand, but I don't feel anything.
Turns to look at you.
Yeah. And when she turns to look at me, she Eldritch blasts me.
And you can like feel the pressure on your chest from the impact.
And when she feels the pressure, it fades. It like smokes and like fades out and poofs like off of her.
And
the room is just filling with like cloudy smoke now. I feel it's so much thicker.
Yeah, it's like it's thicker, and it's almost like aqueous. Like there's like so much like of this vapor, this smoke, that it's like almost like actually just a liquid, and you see like a shadow like swimming in the liquid, and it's like this very, very memorable silhouette. This long, strange alien creature with tentacles trailing behind it, lurking in the water around you, stalking you, tormenting you.
And I just try to avoid it. I don't think about it, so it just stays and swims.
And as you're like, kind of ignoring it, you can tell, you hear it kind of coming like swirling around you, and it sounds like it's circling closer and closer and closer to the actual, like, to you, it's so close that you swear you can feel the like drag from the like, from the water swirling around you. But you're still kind of like not facing it. Or are you?
No.
Okay. You're still trying to like ignore it. And that's that surge gets more powerful, and it gets even closer, and now you can feel that this thing is upon you.
And I feel all Rain just hears,
hey.
Yeah. Oh my god. And it like just like puffs into smoke completely.
Yeah, just the whole thing billows and just like shatters and shakes, and yeah, and it just becomes this amorphous void.
And I feel like it's above Rain's shoulders at this point, like all of the fog. So it's like super high. And
is it like a drowning sensation?
Yeah. And I feel that there's a hand that comes up and like starts to like act like it's gonna choke her, but then just like grace her like chin, and it's the hand of Asmodeus.
Yeah, and you feel like a very intense, specific warmth from this hand as it touches you, and it feels menacing. It feels like it has bite to it, but his touch is almost like sinister in the way that it's gentle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Like, yeah. Roll a d20, Rain.
12.
12. You feel the faintest amount of his presence.
No.
The faintest amount. And you're not even sure if it's like, normally when you feel his presence, it's like the real deal. It's like heavy on you. So it's like you feel it. And at this point, in the real world, outside of the dreamscape, Rain's because your dreams have started to become more and more intense. I feel like you're like probably like kind of thrashing just a little, like not as much as you were before, but a little bit. Zevari, how do you react to this? She's like sweating and kind of like thrashing around just a little, like she's like shaking her head back and forth, and she's kind of like, and she occasionally puts her like arm up and move. She's dropped her scraps.
I will give her scraps back to her, and then just like kind of check on her, see if she's running a fever. Kind of wipe the sweat from where her brow would be, and just kind of stay with her.
So if you touch her, you actually feel that she feels really cold. Like not like deathly cold, but she feels like cold.
Just a little shivery.
Yeah. Her body's just so exhausted, it's not regulating her her temperature very well. But yeah, and that's like it's like a cold sweat that she's got going on.
I don't know if like doing guidance would do anything, because we always like I guess the flavor is like, oh, people feel like a warmth.
Oh yeah. That's the warmth of Asmodeus. Yeah.
Well, Zevari doesn't know what's going on.
So you're but you're like patting her head and kind of offering her some comfort, I assume.
Nothing too crazy.
As you're kind of giving her, you just put your hand, like maybe you just put your hand on her shoulder or something for a moment. And like Rain, you felt the hand of Asmodeus kind of grazing your chin, and you find yourself questioning the reality of his presence. You're not sure if it's just like a fear of his presence. And then you feel like a new warmth, and it is like a calm warmth, and it settles your dreams back down, or settles your sleep back down. It's like almost like you were like almost about to like wake from like the intensity of your dreams. But once you feel this other warmth, and it's Zevari's hand touching you, it kind of like, and you get another moment of clarity, of vision beyond time. You see a storm in the sky, a massive swirling storm, impossibly wide. You can't even see through it. And the center of the storm begins to darken. There's like a shadow in the storm, and it grows larger. And you're just like eyes in the sky, if that makes sense. Like you are in like a sky void, like the ground's beneath you, like you're like on a plane, if that makes sense. And you can feel like, you feel the warmth of your friend like guiding you through this vision in a way. And this shadow starts to take shape, and its shape is like, you see like Well, I guess you wouldn't really know what the shape is, but it's essentially kind of like it's a shape that looks half organic, like if that makes sense, like natural. Think like rock or like tree root or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a big chunk, right? But it also looks like half like built, like it almost has like a skyline to it. Like there's some sort of structure on top of it. You then feel yourself in the middle of this storm on some sort of ground. And the storm is swirling around you, and you can't see anything, but you're like, you can feel your wheels on the solid ground. And as soon as you kind of like realize like, oh, I'm like on whatever it was that I was just seeing, the ground beneath you just drops, and this shadow falls out of the sky.
Am I still
And your vision ends. Your vision ends, and you end up like back in your dream room.
Mama, okay.
Yeah, and then you hit like now you're hitting like the
Splash.
the like what the sleep that comes after the dream sleep. You know what I'm talking about? You've partially processed emotions in that dream state, and now you're in that next state where you are now logging things into long-term memory.
Oh God.
So your dreams get a rest for a moment. Have fun with that, Oracle.
Ham fact it up.
Hello.
Hi, God.
Hey. How's it going, you guys?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Nice.
Okay, so the ham fact for today is, what lesson has your character learned since the start of this adventure? Bonus, what lesson should your character have learned by now? And so I was kind of intending this to be sort of like the first one's more like in character, like from your character's perspective, what have they learned? And then the other one would be like from, you know, not necessarily out of character, like a third person perspective, or not necessarily in character, like a third person's perspective.
Well, to answer both the questions into one, Rain recently learned that the main lesson of the Conservatory of the Waking Dream, while the scraps show your rank in the order, it's not necessarily the point of what the conservatory is. And that it's really about the friends and the people and experiences you gain along the way, and not the number of scraps you have. And she should have learned this by now. Which
For
is
sure.
one reason why several teachers said that she shouldn't be a full-fledged member yet, is because she hadn't learned that lesson.
It's like, oh, she's not ready. Her
Yeah.
vibe's it's still hungry for points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be like a bummer, but I also kind of combined both my answers into one.
Don't be it. That's not a bummer.
Mine would be, this is what I have learned and should have learned at the same time. I guess it'll make sense when I say it. If you give them beans, they will give you pyramids.
And beans.
I don't know, I wanted to say something like, don't split the party or whatever, but this didn't seem as pertinent.
If you're giving me beans, I will make it rain.
Hell yeah.
I just realized I could have said, oh man, kids cost money.
Yeah. Bonus ham fact.
Kids are expensive.
They're so expensive.
Something that Edmund learned on this adventure, and Edmund's learned a lot of things, I will say. But one thing that Edmund learned is that you can learn from people that you don't like. And that sometimes through doing that, you can come to like an agreement or an understanding with people. For him, you know, he was captured by Bonebreaker Doricor and held as prisoner. But at the same time, he and Bonebreaker Doricor kind of became friends, and it all started because she started teaching him, you know, how to fight. So it kind of started in this place of like, you know, kind of contempt, and she still took him under her wing. And in that sense, he then learned that lesson again with the Crusaders, and especially King Dart. They butted heads a lot, especially at first. And there were times when Dart was the person he hated the most. But Dart didn't turn away from that, like didn't turn away from him despite that. And that allowed him to reinforce that lesson he had just learned with Bonebreaker Doricor and become, you know, a better person. And him and Dart, at least he now holds Dart in high regard. And all of the Crusaders in high regard as, you know, as trusted mentors. Yeah, so that's something that Edmund learned. And something he should have learned by now is that you can't trust people who have power over you. He hasn't learned that yet. Sorry, was that too heavy?
No.
Edmonds are always heavy.
Yeah, Edmund's a complex guy.
He's like a little guy with a lot of complex emotions.
Yeah.
Just a big ball of trauma.
Thanks, MCDM.
I fucking heard that. Big old ball of trauma. For Zevari, I think something that she has learned over the course of the campaign and is still like actively learning is that she is worthy, I guess. Like Asmodeus has chosen her for a reason, and she has been learning to have faith in that reason, even if she doesn't believe it herself just yet. Something that she should have learned by now. She needs therapy desperately. She needs a therapist so bad.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. And a more serious one, I think one that she should have learned by now is that, like, she is a lovable person. That is something that she has not realized yet at this point in the campaign.
You and me both, sister.
Randall. Heavy ham.
Thick ham.
Thick ham.
Ew.
Gross.
Ham-a-hawk.
Ham fact it down.
This podcast is brought to you by our Patreon. Become a patron today at patreon.com/rollforthpod. Gain access to exclusive perks like premium ham facts. It's roughly double the ham. D-mail letters. Sorry folks, no nudes. Connect with our Discord community. Access Patreon exclusive campaigns. And more. Become a patron today.
Rain's vision settles, and we're back to discussing the plan. Zevari, you're over by Rain with your, hand on her shoulder.
I'm just straight up holding her hand.
Oh, you're holding her hand.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're there by Rain holding her hand.
Okay. I guess my follow-up plan would be to go to that cave.
I mean, why not? we could possibly learn more information one way or another. At least learn why these people specifically have left Vren, and see if we can manipulate that for other people later.
Because I feel like we can't do anything big until Rain wakes up.
Yeah. And
it's just too risky.
And we don't know enough about the city. Like, I think, like, trying to get a lay of the land would be good. Even if it's secondhand knowledge, it's better than nothing. And they make it sound like it's really big. So if it's, like, bigger than, like, City of the Glass Pool type shit, then we're gonna need more time.
In Infernal.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he doesn't know about the Leap Syndicate.
That's true.
And I don't want to, like, expose them.
Yeah, no.
In any way.
No, if he knew about them, I think we would have to kill him at that point.
Yeah. So I'm considering the possibility of letting him go.
Are you okay with the knowledge that he has about us getting out? Because there's no way he's not going to talk.
Yeah, that's...
Or I could put Gaius on him. That'll hold up for 30 days. He won't say anything.
Well, I mean, he's grateful that we saved his life. And what he could tell them about us is our general location. And the fact that we want to kill Blood Harvester Vryn, and we want to rescue the frogs. And I don't want to, like, imperil the frogs, but I don't think they would do anything to them other than increase security, so that could be a problem.
That would be a problem for Boulder, because of his methods.
But hauling them around everywhere with us isn't going to be practical either. Because we definitely would then expose the Leap Syndicate. And I feel like if we take him to the cave, I'm not sure what will happen when we run into the other orcs who are already there. So, I mean, it's a tough gamble either way.
Yeah. I'd say if we're going to set him free, let's get all the information we can from him at least.
I'm God, I shouldn't give a suggestion anyway.
I'm going to start praying to God.
I was like, I don't even know, but I was like, going to say, like, you guys could, like, take him to your castle and put him in the dungeon there.
And with the vampire bitch.
That's a lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm. I was like, don't you have, like, a teleport scroll or on hand, or
my wizard?
Aren't you dating the wizard that makes the teleport scrolls? Yeah. Little DM advice for those out there: don't let your
like level 7 character.
Don't let your player date the wizard that can make the scrolls.
Mwah, love you, Taze.
Love you too, babe.
What if I leave you and Drift here with Talrin and Rain until Rain comes out of it? And in the meantime, I will go in Infernal. I'll go connect with the Leap Syndicate, and maybe me and Boulder can go investigate the cave.
Okay. Boulder will kill all those orcs on sight. But I'm cool with that if you are.
I feel like Boulder, while he is an orc hater to the extreme, will listen to me. And I feel like if I illustrate the point that a little restraint now leads to a bigger victory later, he'll be amenable to that?
I'm praying that you have the right read on him.
I mean...
Less orcs now, more orcs later.
Yeah. Because clearly his strategy of just, like, killing them one at a time is not going to be effective in the long term. He's never going to hit that, 14,000 kills or whatever it is he needs to get.
Well, his deal is pretty good, all things considered.
I think it's 100,000 or...
It's like 100,000, but he doesn't have to, kill
literally
them all.
10 times worse.
He doesn't have to kill them all. Him and the blade can be like, oh yeah, good work. He has an out. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. On the other hand, I could take Talrin with me. Because between Talrin and Boulder, I feel like the orcs in the cave might be even more persuadable.
I think...
As long as I can keep Boulder having a lid on it,
I think between Boulder and Talrin, I would almost go with Talrin. He will listen to you, and we know that better than we do Boulder. And the orcs might be more willing to talk if Talrin is there. And it's not like you don't speak Orcish.
It's true.
And who knows, maybe those other orcs know valuable information that could make Talrin really on our side. That would be nice. Or at least on the side of Vren's gotta go.
Okay. Did Bubbles end up telling us the location of the cave? Are we aware of that?
I think we know the general.
Yeah, they don't have
space.
maps. So yeah, they kind of told you vaguely where it was in relation to where they were.
Darn, we should start making maps.
I mean, I do. I have a cartography tools, and I'm this is my area. I'm all about it.
So
I make more maps.
You would probably be able to find it, but you don't know exactly where it is. You would definitely benefit from asking them, if that makes sense, as far as navigation's concerned. Obviously you're Dart, so it's not like you're going to get lost, but it will take you longer to find it if you go with what information you have now.
Okay. You stay here with Talrin and Drift and Rain. I'm gonna go talk to our friends.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good next step. Okay, I'm gonna depart from the tiny hut and make my way back to the Leap Syndicate. And I'll see if I can get Boulder to be on the same page and get Bubbles to give me exact directions to the cave that he knows of. That's my plan.
I'll send Daru out high in the skies just to kind of watch over you.
We don't want to get snuck up on again.
Yeah, so Daru's keeping an eye out.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Zevari.
Oh no.
I would like you to make an Arcana check.
I'm really concerned about what he was doing with those rings.
A dirty 20.
Okay, with the dirty 20.
Oh god, it was a text message ring, wasn't it?
He got DMs.
It's so you feel, and I should say this is more retroactively because I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, to have you make this check. But you feel as though there was some sort of disturbance, some sort of magical disturbance in or around or near your hut. If that makes sense. Because spells can't pass through it. You do know that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, like I said, you felt like a disturbance on your hut. And that disturbance, now that you're it's kind of one of those things where it's you didn't pick up on it right away, but it's been lingering for a few minutes. And it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't really parse exactly what it is. It's just off. And it feels like
You should give him the dart.
it feels like you're being like interfered with.
Did you cast a spell, Tower?
No.
Did you attempt to cast a spell?
No.
Insight. Fucking Christ, I'm gonna use my inspiration. Okay. 22.
Okay. It's not like a spell, but yeah. I was trying to reach out.
To who?
I was trying to reach out to Dreamer.
Who the fuck is Dreamer?
He kind of laughs and he goes, well, it's hard to explain. They're a seer. They're an oracle. They're a method of communication that ring there with the quartz band.
Mm-hmm.
That's not quartz. That's a psionic gemstone. So I was trying to reach out to Dreamer, but he's gone dark.
So you were trying to screw us over?
No, I wasn't trying to screw
So
you
then what do you
over.
need who is this here for? Trying to get them to spy on us?
No, I just wanted them to know I was alive. It's just weird that he hadn't reached out. I expected him to. He's got powers. Like brain powers.
What kind of brain powers? She's just like, it's like the stressed smile, you know?
He's like, and he kind of like puts his four of his fingers like on his forehead, and he kind of like pulls them away from his head and he wiggles them, and he's like,
Like telepathy?
ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, you know, and he's just kind of like wiggling his fingers, and he's like, yeah.
Does he have any tentacles on his face?
No.
Okay, good.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. I'm being very serious. It's okay. You don't know anything about mind flayers. That's good.
I mean, I know a little bit about mind flayer. I'm not an idiot.
What other magical items do you have on you?
That was it. And my sword. And my cloak.
We have a nice hoodie at least.
It's a cloak of protection. Don't take my cloak. Come on, man. No, don't. Lady.
You really
Ladies
don't want
of-
me to?
Please, I implore you, please don't take my cloak.
Grovel.
Goodness.
Have I not
I'm
been?
kidding. I
Have
just kind of wanted to see if you'd do it.
Have I not been perfectly cooperative and amenable? Why are you so mean?
Okay, that was mean. I'm sorry.
Sure.
You can. I won't take your cloak from you.
Yeah, but you'll kill me.
Only if we have to. It's kind of one of those things, you know.
Feelings mutual, I guess.
Yeah.
He rolls his eyes. It's like,
You want
your
blunt?
muscly friend is way nicer.
Damn.
You want a blunt, dude? I have nothing better to do.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Rain is not nice.
Also not a way to defend herself.
Yeah.
And Drift he's taking a cat nap at this point.
He earned it.
Yeah. He kind of wore himself out, and so now he's taking a nap. And Dart has headed out. You are making your way to the camp where the Leap Syndicate is staying. Can you make a survival check for me as you're kind of like you're navigating your way back? And are you just going to and I guess how are you navigating back? Are you like making like a quick beeline, or are you being careful? Or are you trying to gather information as you head back, or what is your methodology? I guess. We just jumping through the trees Naruto style and getting there as quick as possible.
No, I want to take I kind of want to take like a sort of a roundabout path to getting there so that I can ensure that like no one's following me.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I do want to take a path kind of like through the trees so that if someone was trying to follow me, they would have to like make an effort to do so that they would be noticeable. And then also I don't want to go directly back. I want to weave around a bit, just, but to be safe.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. For sure, yeah. So yeah, make a survival check as you're kind of...
Is my proficiency bonus still doubled from being in my favorite territory?
Absolutely.
30.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so...
The brain just wakes up and says,
and then just right back to sleep.
So he's like,
I'm done. Talon's like, I'm done. Damn, I think we got her. I think we gave her a contact high.
she needed it.
So with your 30, I would say that, you're kind of taking a roundabout path, and via your roundabout path, you definitely notice that there is evidence of activity. You're starting to get to know, especially having been in this this magical jungle for a while, you can kind of tell, this area has been, the underbrush in this area has been, crushed, because now you're seeing the patterns, and so you see that there's evidence of, there's been humanoid activity in this area, presumably orcs. Not a ton, but you definitely see that they've been out here somewhat recently, within the last 8 hours. And that's not including the ones that for sure, the ones you encountered, obviously. You also notice that the birds are they're quieter than usual. You don't hear, because the woad is very loud. The woad is you are constantly hearing chirps and buzzes, and it's just a constant cacophony of noise. And it's almost not noticeable at first, but you realize you don't really hear that many birds, weirdly enough. And as you're kind of jumping through the trees, you are kind of looking around, and you see a hawk on a branch looking at you, and it just kind of seems not right. And then you see another one and another one, and you don't hear any birds, but you see you probably, I don't know, I'm assuming you would see maybe two to three before you would be okay, wait, what? So you haven't made it back to the syndicate yet, and you're going this roundabout path, and you're you're seeing these weird signs in the woad.
I just have to say that a dirty 20 has nothing on a thick 30.
Thick 30.
With 2 C's.
Yes.
Yeah, you are like tuned into this woad right now, and there's something off. There's something weird that's disturbing the wildlife.
Alright, I'm gonna stop because I am now suspicious. So I'm not gonna keep going towards my friends. What I would like to do drakes count as like a form of dragon? Or are they like a beast?
The night drakes?
Yeah.
They are... Let me double check, actually. I think they are like a form of dragon.
Well, because you said earlier that he had like a gem dragon night drake.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're dragons.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're just dragonoid, you know. They're not true dragons, but they're dragons. They're in that bloodline.
Okay. I want to use a spell slot to use my primeval awareness.
Okay.
For the next minute, I can detect at 6 miles on my favorite terrain, dragons and aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and the undead. But in particular, dragons.
Okay. Yeah, so... And you sense, like, there exists... Like, do you sense, like, there... How much information do you sense, I guess, does it say?
It just says I can detect them.
Let me see.
I believe. But...
I think we ask this every time you use it, but... Let me just double check. Yeah, because it's definitely something I've... You can sense whether they are present within 6 miles of you, but doesn't reveal their location or number.
I have a follow-up to that.
Okay.
To address that particular issue, which is orcs are one of my favored enemies, and I have advantage on survival checks when tracking them, and when I am tracking, if I am in my favored terrain, I am able to learn their number, their size, and how recently they passed. So I want to know, like, given that I'm in my favored terrain, tracking my favorite enemy and using my primeval awareness to sense their favored, like, mount / like, beast buddy, how much can I tell about that?
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so with your primeval awareness, so within 6 miles, there's definitely some dragon presence for sure, which is something you would completely expect. And you're also detecting, like, obviously, like, you're in the woad, and last time you also detected all of these things, celestials, fiends, undead, but, like, you're kind of honing in on, like, this, like, a specific sort of vibe, I guess, and you're kind of you're doing your best to discern from this sense, and you're definitely picking up on these dragons, you're picking up on undead, and the undead seem to be, like, you were picking up on some before, and it kind of, like, didn't feel super strong, like, there wasn't maybe a lot. It's kind of expected that some weird undeady type stuff would be here, but now it seems kind of like there's more undead kind of just around you. And from looking at, like, the tracks, the orcish tracks and stuff like that, it's been probably, I want to say it's probably been about 5 hours since they passed through this area. So you could probably discern that assuming that they aren't like lingering in this area, they're not probably near here. Dragons, I would say, I mean, I guess like with your 30 and everything, I mean, I would say, it's reasonable for you to assume that there are some orcs potentially near you, but there are none in your immediate vicinity, if that makes sense. You're like, if there's scouts like making some sort of round, it's been like I said, it's been about 5 hours since I passed through here. So, but I guess what I'm saying is like, but you don't like the undead feel closer than anything. Like, if that makes sense, it feels like right up on you.
Okay. And I'm being watched by creepy owls?
Hawks.
Hawks. Okay.
If they were owls, Dara would have taken them out. Every time.
I've fought these night drakes before. Would it be reasonable to say that I sort of know what they kind of sound like?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Okay. I want to eyeball one of these hawks. Or multiple if they're all in my field of vision.
If you look around, you can see one.
Alright, I'm gonna look right at it. And I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make a super scary night drake sound right at it and see if it keeps watching me or if it scatters.
Okay. So you're looking, and this thing is it's just staring right at you with its glowy yellow eyes, and you make the noise, and it's like a growl, and you even imitate the crackly lightning of the blue one that breathes lightning, because that one sounds particularly scary. And the hawk does not react to the sound whatsoever. Just doesn't even. It's and now that you're staring at it, it's not even moving, if that makes sense. It's just it will move if it turns its head to look at you, but other than that, it's perfectly still. It's eerily still. It doesn't even seem real.
Okay.
And
unsettling.
That's when you notice that I guess, maybe you move a little bit and you kind of pivot and you look at it a slightly different angle, and you can see that there is a hole going straight through the hawk, its body. You can see just a glimpse of green on the other side. It has a wound through it, a dry wound, just a hole.
How far away is it from me?
Probably about 60 feet-ish.
Damn. I was like, I did it to one bird already. I'll do it to another.
But you're gonna try to shoot through the hole.
When somebody has big gauges and they're like, can I poke my finger through?
And when people would do this.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna misty step to try and capture this bird, and then I'll poke its weird hole.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, Papa.
But I can only misty step 30 feet.
I guess you could jump at it and then misty step. It probably maybe it couldn't react in time.
Okay.
You hear a rustle behind you.
Oh, God.
And if you turn around, there's another hawk now staring at you.
Oh, man. Am I surrounded by creepy undead birds?
Hitachi.
And as soon as you ask that to yourself, you look around and you realize they've now you hear and they're alighting on all of the branches around you, and you see that you are now surrounded by
Flux's worst
lots
nightmare.
of these seemingly these hawks that are seemingly beyond life. Yeah, they're the undead. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I don't know how to continue to be mysterious about it. They're undead hawks. And you're completely surrounded by them.
Okie dokie. do. How does this work? Let's find out. They're all around me.
Sorry.
I'm surrounded by birds.
Yeah. I mean, there's not any on the tree you're on, but like everywhere you look, you like suddenly you're seeing them, and they're like there's more landing. There's like 50 birds around you.
They're not doing anything. They're just looking at me.
They're watching you, and they're gathering.
Okay.
Around you.
Man, I'm torn between my curiosity to see what they're gonna do and my temptation to just like expel them. That's a tough call. If only my team was here to guide me. That's what I get for going out on my own.
It's hard being king.
Is the only undead that I sense
More
just these
gather.
birds?
You're not sure. But yeah, it seems. I mean, you're not sure, but like, seems like it. It's the only undead you've seen signs of. There are more birds gathering.
This seems like a really good time to pull out my holy symbol and cast Turn Undead.
Yep. I knew it was coming.
I pull it out and I'm just like, back, you birds, back! Oh, I gotta do the noise of the dude from How to Train Your Dragon 2, where I'm like, what? What?
Yes!
The holy cry of Sylvain.
I am the elf!
Oh my god. So you pull out your holy symbol, which is like an oak leaf, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oak father. And what's the turn undead do?
I believe it makes it so that each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. The guy can't take reactions, and it can only use its dash action to try and escape.
It's a wisdom save, you said?
It is a wisdom save.
And what's the save?
16.
Okay, so, and if they are turned, did they run away?
Yeah, they dash to get away from me.
Okay, so you hold up the holy symbol and you're like, back, get back, you vile birds! And roughly half of them run away. They fly. They start scattering. They start scattering. They start flapping away, and they're like, you see them like opening their beaks, but they have no voice, you know. But they're kind of flapping away, and there's just feathers just raining down from wherever like the birds are scattering because they're dead, and they're just like shedding feathers like crazy. And so yeah, about half of them flew away in a panic. And as they're flying away in a panic, and you're seeing, you know, a good chunk of these birds flapping, that is when you hear something that at first you're not sure if it's coming. At first you're not sure where it's coming from. You hear a horn blaring in your head.
Oh.
And you immediately know the location that the sound is coming from. And at first it like you're like, maybe even you cover your ear hole, but it doesn't block the sound. And you realize the sound isn't coming from outside. Only you can hear the sound.
Oh my god, somebody's got a frog whistle.
It's like it's like a war horn kind of, or like a
Kelm horse.
like a
Oh God.
like a
Wrong campaign.
I'm like, is it the first Tuesday of the month?
And Ryan, you the player may not recognize it, but I feel like Dart would. It may take Dart a second, but I feel like Dart would realize that he's hearing the alarm from the horn of silent alarm that he gave to Boulder.
Oh God.
And you can tell, like, you can hear where it's coming from. So the horn of silent alarm is like you designate a creature to hear it, and you like blow or designate a creature or creatures to hear it, and then you can. So, and I think it's like within a certain distance. So Boulder is somewhere near you, blowing this alarm as you're trying to scatter these birds.
Boulder's 600 feet away, ringing the silent alarm.
He's within 600 feet.
Within 600 feet.
Yeah. And yeah, it says one creature of your choice can hear the horns blare. And so if you gave one to Drift, you guys had two of them. I believe you gave one to Drift and you gave one to Boulder. And so yeah, you can hear Boulder. You assume, I guess, because Drift doesn't have his anymore. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, you hear the alarm blaring. And then we will cut back to Rain and Zevari and Talarin and Drift taking a cat nap. Talarin smoking weed with Zevari, who he's, terrified of.
Hey.
But,
what else is he gonna do?
So, like, what's the story with your muscly friend?
He's a frog.
He's filled with fluid-filled canals.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What's her deal?
Oh, God.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah. Her name is Rain.
Well, yeah, I know that. She told me her name.
Call her by her name, please.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So, like, what's the deal with Rain?
Well, she has a boyfriend.
Oh, I wasn't asking about that.
Oh, thank God.
Make an insight check.
Oh, God.
Nat 20.
Oh, my God. He totally was asking about that.
She has a boyfriend. She's dating my brother.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I was worried she might be a lesbian, so he kind of shrugs. It's like, it's whatever. I have a girlfriend back home. It's going okay.
Is it?
Yeah. He kind of just shrugs.
Okay, that one's it's like 8.
He's
it's
high, so
yeah.
He's like,
it's whatever.
You're like, it's probably you're
fine.
Probably, you don't know. You can't really tell.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry. I was just curious, you have quite an interesting group here.
Yeah, tell me about it. I never thought I'd be traveling with a group like this, but it works out.
So why do you take orders from the frog?
What do you mean, take orders?
Yeah, you're clearly like the strongest one here, right?
No.
So why are you? So then it's rain, right? And then like what's up with the frog?
Dart is Dart.
Nailed it.
Like, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to overstep or anything, but like, you know, if we could just like bro to bro, you know, what's the deal? Like, why do all this? It seems like a lot of work just because like Dart's Dart. I mean,
it's not just Dart is Dart. I mean, his people are being wronged. He has an obligation to help them, and we have an obligation to help Dart.
Why? Where does your loyalty lie? Shit, that's probably overstepping. Damn, man. Hits the butt. It's just, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you're clearly, you know, smarter and more powerful than Dart, right? I mean, like,
I wouldn't put it.
You should probably be in charge, right?
Nobody wants me in charge. Let's start there. I wouldn't put it that I'm better at more anything than anyone. You know, we have our strengths and our weaknesses, and we cover each other.
Fair enough. I don't know. It's cool that you have a team, though. I kind of wish I had a team. My teams always fucking suck.
Yeah, your team was with Laurel because she's a fucking... She did not look fun to work with.
You don't know the half of it.
Give me some insight.
Well, she just thinks that she knows everything. I feel like she's got her fucking nose in everybody's business. And she thinks she's smarter and more capable than even my father. Like, I can tell, like, she, like, thinks that she's smarter than him. She thinks that she's got him, like, figured out and that she can manipulate him. But, like, he's smarter than that. And, you know, it's kind of just, I don't know, petty and fucking shitty. Like, I know I'm supposed to, like, respect the shaman, but, like, what if the shaman's a bitch?
Yeah, what if the shaman is a bitch? She...
Like, is this what Grumsh would want? Like, is Grumsh really about this?
Grumsh?
The orc god.
Well, Zevari wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, Grumsh is our god. Well, yeah, he created the orcs.
Interesting.
And he did some fine work on me. Am I right? Look, yeah. I'm not hitting on you. You can just admit that I'm handsome. All right?
I mean, sure, if you're into that kind of thing.
Dang. All right. The higher he is, the more bro he is.
The more he will talk. That's great. I do have one question. That shaman woman. When I saw
technically,
her,
I think she's a priestess. I don't think that. I know that technically she's a priestess.
She's not a very good priestess coming from a priestess. Well, I saw her do some strange magic. She did a weird spell, and was it fireballs? She threw at you firebolts.
She's always doing all kinds of weird spells. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know what the like.
You don't know where it originates from.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, well, I mean, she's always carrying that staff, but she also has like lots of stuff with her, and she even like keeps spell components like braided into her hair and shit. It's kind of
very interesting.
You know, it's like really creative and like, you know, cool, but at the same time, it's like, but like, dang, lady, you stink.
Like,
you know,
like literally.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like really sensitive to smell or whatever, but I just feel like a lot of people could like stand to bathe more. You know?
Tell me about it.
And just like hygiene is not on a good level, just in general with the populace. And I don't know, I just like, because I know she doesn't like braid that stuff into her hair like on the daily. It's like been there, for a while. And it's just like, man.
You're like talking at like, you also have like focus on Rain, see if she's like thrashing around anymore, anything like that.
Rain, you're starting to get hotboxed as you're sleeping.
I can like thaumaturgy.
Cue
Nice
dream
breeze.
sequence.
I can keep a nice breeze going. I can like thaumaturgy.
You could, if you wanted to.
Purifier.
Makes sense that that her metaphorical room is filling more with smoke too.
Yes, no, yes,
my
we have to
God.
keep that.
Shit, I'm out of
it
here.
works
Purifier.
perfectly. Yeah,
Never
it works
mind.
perfectly. So, Rain, you're back in your dream world.
And I think that the smoke is above her head now. Like it's like she is in the thick of it. So she grabs her pole of collapsing and starts hopping above the clouds, right? And starts making some good distance. And
You're like pole vaulting from cloud to cloud, kind of thing, or
well, not from cloud to cloud, but I feel like she's still on the ground.
okay, gotcha.
So just like above and pops back down, and above and pops back down, and she pops back up and looks and sees that there is like a rush of the smoke going down like a waterfall. And when she jumps, so she'll land and jump back up after she notices, and she is in her dress that she was wearing on her date with Zaris, which is like a green, like cottage-core fairy type dress.
She was a fairy.
She was a fairy. And like embroidered flowers on a corset, and and she sees above, like floating above the party, that when it's above where the waterfall was like dropping, so it seems like she shouldn't be able to go up that way, but she can jump up there basically with the like pole of collapsing.
Okay. To get like an aerial.
Yeah. And below is like this beautiful waterfall scene of the smoke, and there's like wisteria trees, and it's the aerial view of the park. And they're just like up there. And when she lands, she sees like Zaris like on the stage and giving their speech, and Leslie's there and protecting them, but something's just wrong. It just feels wrong. And she goes and checks with that security dude, and just gets dismissed because she's a guest of Lord Zaris. And that she just sees people taking away all of the charity items that were supposed to be sold for auction, just behind the security's back, basically. And she's like, this is wrong, and I can't do anything. And so that's the feeling that she is feeling.
Like you're in a situation that you have no control over, although you feel like you should have some control.
Yeah.
And that is that's part of the dissonant feeling of something being wrong.
Yeah. So when she acknowledges that something is wrong, and that what it is that she's has lost her control in that situation, the whole platform just poofs, and she begins to fall down past the waterfall and just like keeps falling and falling until like, I mean, she has slow fall, so she's like slowly falling, right?
Kind of like,
yeah. And when she lands, when she lands in the park, and like the wisteria tunnel, I feel like there is like a mosaic. It's like of the Anderum tree symbol, and she sees it, and is brought back to like writing her RSVP for the Sapphire Jubilee and signing it Knight of Anderum. And like, so she has like a pen in her hand and she's just like feeling the weight of the pen after she signs Anderum, and it's like sent, can't do anything.
So it's like you're like locked in.
Yeah.
To something.
Then that just brings this like a I guess I'm not sure if it's the same storm or if it's a different storm, but just like a storm of emotions of like what is coming and like what could be at the Sapphire Jubilee because of this one action.
Like a maybe sort of a mounting sense of not necessarily like dread, but just an intensity of something brewing.
So I guess maybe even just like the fog around her starts like closing in on her and like maybe feeling like she's drowning with all the fog.
You're feeling, like heavy in your lungs and, you feel, and it is kind of like this tumultuous, like churning that's sort of similar to the feeling that you had when the wild magic was churning inside you, like the hardest. It's kind of like that like sort of storm that's sort of like brewing up and sweeping you into it, and you now feel like overwhelmed by it. And it starts to pull you, as if it's going to sweep you up and take you away inside of this storm. Do you fight the storm or do you give into it?
I think she would fight the storm.
So you fight the storm.
She's just holding on to the wisteria trees, trying to stay grounded as best she can.
And the branches are swaying and the lightning is crackling and the storm is pulling and pulling, and your hands go numb from holding on, and it's almost like you couldn't let go even if you wanted to at this point. Your hands are like locked, you're locked in this like survival of clinging to the wisteria. As you're kind of like you're holding on to the wisteria and you're pulling, you start to hear like a voice in your head. It's a very soft, gentle, melodic voice. It's Zaris, and he's singing to you. And this song sort of shifts the vibe of your dreamscape, and you don't even realize it, but you've let go of the wisteria and the storm is no longer trying to control you. And there's a softness. There's like a softness, a bubbliness to the air now. And you hear Zevari's voice harmonizing. And then you hear your voice harmonizing. And then you hear a banjo pick up in the background. And you hear
Mist's file.
Yes, you hear Mist's file pick up, and you hear like the plucking of a stick dulcimer, and that's Morag. But anyway, you start to hear like this, like over time, and like it's like each instrument, each voice is associated with a crusader, a citizen of Anderim, at least in your heart, in your mind, you know. This, you know, this is part of the responsibility, is this symphony.
I just wanna be part of
Symphony. But yeah, and that's like how your dream concludes. And like just before, you know, you sort of lose your dream and you finish your restful sleep, you're back in that room again. The water is still this time, although things aren't resolved. You're here again, at least. And you see a raven standing in the water, looking at you.
Was this your doing?
No. This was all you. Are you ready to seek us out yet?
I'm ready. Thank you for listening to Roll Forth. This has been the Empire Initiative featuring Samaria Hawkins as Lady Zevari / Lady Litria, Ryan Musgrove as King Dart of the Hopkins, Rachel Voss as Rain Vosgrove, and our wonderful MD, Shanna Cantu. Make sure to follow our socials, like, subscribe, do all the things, and yeah, please stay safe, friends.
Hell yeah, you did it. You roleplayed through trauma.
Yeah. Oofda.
You did it.
A minor.